Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. Westmoreland, and I have a brief slideshow for you with some essential need to know items about taking the AP Chemistry exam next week. So, when does it happen? It's Thursday, May 14th. It is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's our time zone. And the College Board is asking you to log in 30 minutes ahead of time to complete your registration and go through some security protocols. So you won't be able to view the test questions until you've completed that registration, and so you need to make sure to give yourself enough time to do that before the 1 p.m. start time. The test timer is going to begin exactly at 1 p.m., even if you're still filling out that registration, so sign in early. You've got 2 questions for a total of 50 minutes of testing time. They keep saying 45 minutes, but when you add up the time, it's actually 50. So the first question will be 25 minutes to answer and 5 minutes to submit. The second question will be 15 minutes to answer and another 5 minutes to submit. Now, from the practice questions that I have seen and from what the College Board has been saying, it seems real clear that there's going to be too much to answer in the time allowed. So you are going to need to use your time wisely and manage your time and keep track of the timer. And also know that you don't need to answer the questions in order. You can pick and choose, just like we always do, to sort of maximize your score. So if part D you feel more confident answering, then part A, B, and C, start with D. Try to answer the parts of the question that you feel the most confident about. But also make sure you're leaving yourself enough time to submit your answer successfully. So if you run out of time, that is not a valid reason for retaking the test. You need to allow yourself time to submit your answer. So when that 5-minute warning light comes on, you really should stop answering and start working on submitting. So online, both in my blend and at cb.org/AP2020, there is an exam day checklist. College Board is recommending that you fill one of those out, excuse me, for each and every exam that you're taking. You want to make sure that you have confirmed your email address with the College Board, because this is where you will get your AP ID that you need to log into the test on May 14th. So the test ticket is going to be emailed to you 2 days prior to the exam, and it will have your AP ID on it. And it's going to be emailed to the address that is in their system. If you don't get an email by May 12th, please reach out to me via Remind or email or in Blend, so I know that there's a problem and I can help you troubleshoot. I also highly, highly, highly encourage you to practice submitting your work. Decide ahead of time, before next Thursday, which way you are going to submit your work, and practice doing it in the AP 2020 exam demo. So when you go to the exam demo, it sort of gives you a structure that will be the same kind of structure that you will see on the real exam date. It even shows you a timer, which will be like the one on the real exam date. And then it will show you, it will give you an opportunity to submit your work. So there are 3 ways to submit the work. You can attach photos of handwritten work. You can attach text files, or you can copy and paste your work. And there's information about each one of those on the College Board website. If you're choosing to attach a photo, it will be coming from your phone, and you will want either to be viewing the test on your phone and then taking a picture on your phone, or have your phone sort of hardwired to your computer. They are recommending that you write your AP ID and your initials at the top of each page and number each page, and you can do that ahead of time. You can have a maximum of 5 photos per question, so you could write out 5 pages of white paper, either lined or unlined, with your AP ID and your initials and numbered pages before you start the test, so you don't have to do that during the test. So there's going to be a limit of 5 photos, but you're going to, upload each page or each photo separately. Ideally, you would do those in order, and the acceptable file types are PNG, JPEG, JPG, or JPEG. No PDF in this option, and no HEIF. So if you have a new iPhone, so you're going to choose attach photos. It'll ask if you're ready to submit once you've attached all your photos. So there's kind of 2 steps. You attach and then you submit. There's a video here about how to make sure that your photos are in the proper format. I will link this Google slideshow so you can watch that video if you want to. The next one would be attaching a text file. So recommendation there, if you're choosing to type your answers, is to do a side-by-side window, one of the questions and one where you're typing your answers. You also want to have those files labeled with the question number and your name and your AP ID. You can do that ahead of time, create those documents ahead of time. The new information is that it is acceptable to handwrite and then convert pictures to PDF with Genius Scan or something similar. But if you're doing that, now it is no longer a photo upload, it is now a file upload, and it would be a single PDF of all of your photos that you're uploading in this text file area. So if you're using Google Docs, you want to download and choose one of the correct types of files. 1 text file per question. The acceptable file types are .txt, .doc, .docx, or .pdf. And so for that, once the timer gets below 5 and the color of the timer changes to red, you would attach response. And then you would choose attach text file, and then you would submit. And then finally, if you choose to copy and paste, again, you would probably want to set up a side-by-side, one window with the questions, one window with your answers, and then you would copy and paste from that file into the system of the College Board. Again, you want name and ID, you want to label the file as question 1, your name and ID number, and then your initials and the AP ID at the top of each page. Then you're going to choose paste response. Keyboard shortcuts, Control-C is for copy, Control-V is for paste. You cannot type in this text field, so you can only copy into this text field. And if you make a mistake, you have to start over again. So give yourself the 5 minutes to make sure that you're doing this correctly. So you copy, you paste, you check over what has been pasted, and then you choose submit. There's a keyboarding sheet available at the College Board to give you some tips on how to keyboard. They're being very flexible about how to accept answers in keyboarding. There are some helpful shortcuts here if you're using Google Docs, keyboard shortcuts. Again, I'll link this Google slideshow. If something goes wrong, if you close the browser, if your device crashes, if you lose internet access, Try to quickly enter your e-ticket again and return to the exam. But if you feel that the disruption negatively impacted your performance, you can request approval for a makeup exam. Or if you submit and you never see your AP exam is complete at the end of the exam, again, you're probably going to want to go to cb.org/request makeup if something goes wrong on the day of the exam. So my biggest advice to you is to practice ahead of time, decide ahead of time, get yourself set up for success ahead of time with your documents, with your pages labeled, and all of that stuff. And please, please, please reach out if you have any questions.